The bullet was about to shatter his skull when he suddenly froze, as if he'd known its trajectory all along. What was even more shocking came next. Facing the out-of-control car hurtling toward him, he didn't flinch but instead wore an eerie smile. After silently counting to 3, he ducked with a deft movement. The car screeched past, grazing the tips of his hair. This man who called himself a magician was more like a prophet wielding magic. He publicly predicted a woman's necklace would break in 3 seconds. She naturally scoffed in disbelief. Yet as he counted down, 3, 2, 1, the necklace snapped clean off. This astonishing spectacle left the entire audience speechless. It turned out Chris possessed the ability to foresee the next 2 minutes. This godlike skill allowed him to live life to the fullest. When his wallet ran dry, he'd head to the casino to play the slots. A casual tap would net the jackpot. Yet strangely, he never showed greed. It was this caution and low profile that kept his superpower undetected. Though Chris only won small sums each time, his unusually consistent winning streak eventually gave him away. The casino manager stared at the surveillance footage, utterly perplexed. He hastily called an emergency meeting. The team analyzed the footage but found no evidence of cheating. Amid their heated debate, Chris suddenly looked up at the camera in the footage, his gaze piercing through the screen. This eerie moment terrified the manager, who immediately ordered Chris's arrest. But Chris, sensing trouble, remained calm. He stubbed out his cigarette, stood up, and cashed out his chips, preparing to slip away before things escalated. But then a robber appeared. In an instant, a future vision flashed through Chris's mind. Seeing the robber about to fire, he decisively pounced first, tackling the attacker. Unexpectedly, this heroic act backfired. Security guards arriving on the scene mistook him for the assailant. Chris instinctively took off running. Seeing this, the manager ordered all exits sealed. Another 20 guards poured out from every passageway. But Chris's mind operated with godlike foresight. The next 2 minutes played out before him. As he ducked to pretend blowing his nose, the first guard passed right behind him. At the corner, he calmly lit a cigarette, bending to fasten his carry-on with fluid grace. Perfect timing to let the second guard swing wide. Glancing at his watch, he adjusted his angle. The fourth wave of pursuers was thus misled. His timing to turn right into the corridor was perfect. As he brushed past the guard, the man didn't even notice his target. The supervisor in the surveillance room was furious. This was like playing hide and seek. Meanwhile, Chris strolled into the restroom, stripped off his shirt, tossed it into the trash, and casually borrowed an elderly gentleman's hat. Emerging, he pretended to buy a drink. The last 2 guards rushed past, completely unaware the man they sought was right before their eyes. Having successfully evaded them, Chris tossed the hat aside and nonchalantly slid into a luxury sedan parked by the roadside.